Let's now call on the youngest doctorate graduate from the Namibia University of Science and Technology. That's Dr. Mohammed Shehu.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing today? So when I was a first year in varsity, I used to sleep a lot at the back of the class. Partially because what I had signed up to learn wasn't as interesting as they made it look on the prospectus, but also because the vast majority of my lecturers were what I call PowerPoint pastors. You guys know what a PowerPoint pastor is, mostly. They come in front of you, they preach in front of you for 50 minutes with their Bible, and then they leave you even more confused than you were when you walked in. At the end of the day, it was a passionless lecturer teaching a bunch of passionless kids about a topic neither of them had much love for. For 4 years, I just kept telling myself it would be all over soon. When I finished my master's, the very next day I was hosting the Namas. Now you guys know how the Namas are. In Namibia, Nam Twitter gets lit. Everybody's watching, everybody's throwing major shade. Who said what, so-and-so was wearing blunders. That show gets the whole country talking every year. Imagine if you could track the total reach on social media of that show. Imagine if you could track the total reach of the show on social media. Imagine if small businesses could leverage that same knowledge to build brands and make sales. All this talk about high unemployment. Imagine if we could reduce that number just a little bit by teaching entrepreneurs how to build sustainable businesses using social media. To have them go from waiting on government bailouts to building their own income streams. And that was the day my dissertation was born. 3 years later, I defended it, I passed. Now I get to help small businesses and large enterprises work on their social media game. I get to speak at conferences and seminars and graduation ceremonies such as this one and pass on what I know and learn new things. I get to help build brilliant brands and get paid for it too. But most importantly, I get to prove to some young child out there that even though we don't have a word for social media in any of our traditional languages, it is still a viable career path and they can make a comfortable living from it. I get to wake up every day and do what I love. Now, why am I telling you all this? Because many of you here today may be feeling a little lost about where to go next. Many of you don't know whether you ever want to go back to school after this. Some of you only did this degree to please your parents, struggling for 3 or 4 years to complete a degree you had no love for. Some of you don't know whether you want to go on to do further studies, or you know, but because school left such a bad taste in your mouth, you know you never want to see another PowerPoint pastor again. Some of you are sure you'll come back to do your honors or your master's or your PhD, but you don't know what you'll focus on, whether you'll like it, whether you'll have a supportive supervisor to guide you through to the end. Now let me tell you something. It took me going all the way up to PhD level for me to find what I love doing, but you don't have to go that far because I'll tell you the one little secret I had to learn late. Find what you care about. Today is the day you stop learning for anyone else and doing degrees for your parents. Find what you care about. As you leave this room, if you decide to come back next year for postgrad, make sure you pick a topic that is close to your heart. Make sure it's personal. Find what you care about. If further schooling isn't in your cards and you want to work, then please don't settle for a job that will crush your soul every day and leave you feeling miserable. Do what you care about. If you love charities and you want to save the world, then you do just that. Just find what you care about. If you studied chemistry, but fashion is your passion, then you follow your passion. Or you find a way to combine your interests. Just find what you care about. Find out what you do for free. The thing that keeps you up at 3 a.m. at night. The thing you do better than anyone else. Maybe you're good at building things, or connecting people, or collecting things, or talking about things, or growing things, or finding things, or seeing things in a way that no one else does. Whatever your special skill is, plan your next move around strengthening that gift. The single greatest contribution you can make to this planet is to self-actualize, to become the very best version of yourself, and then to achieve your mission, whatever that might be. But your mission requires passion, and your passion comes when you find what you care about. Thank you.